Yogi Clan, welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service. And what do we got going on here today? Well, today we are going, now that we have a rolling chassis on this Nomad, we're going to take this off the lift. We have, if you've been watching videos, you remember a red 2016 Road King. That is coming over to the house. He wants to put new shocks on it. To give you a little backstory, here's what's going on with that bike. The air on the right side of the bike, he was complaining that when he would put air in it, it would lose pressure. So when it lose pressure, okay, obviously the air is leaking from somewhere. So we took Windex, or perhaps some soapy water, I don't recall which, in a spray bottle, and we traced the air lines, we aired it up, we traced the air lines to see where it was coming out of. Well, by the saddlebag on the right-hand side of the bike, you could tell that air, it was bubbling coming out of there, and it was losing pressure there. So we pulled the hose out, put it back in, we aired him up, sent him on his way home, and everything seemed fine. And then about a week later, he checked it again and it was without air. It was out of air again. So he aired it up, and then it kept losing air pressure again. So then he bubbled that side where it had the problem before, and that was holding just fine. And he's not been able to find the other source of the leak. I have a feeling it's coming from the other side, but who knows where it's leaking from. But he's tired of dealing with the headache, so he bought some progressive shocks. So we're going to be putting some progressive shocks. That's going to be this video here. And then also this afternoon, we have the engine, the Nomad engine, sitting over on the table. We're going to spend 2 hours on that today. So we're going to record that video and this video today. So thank you for joining me on Yogi Cycle Service, and I look forward to working and doing this with you. Now, I say that to say this. It is very hot here in North Carolina right now. So I'm going to, for the shock project, be not talking. I'm going to probably do a voiceover on that. And we're going to be running the fan and probably running some music too. So first video will be music, and the second video will be talking about the Nomad. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, y'all, first step in this process is getting that bike lifted up. What you're going to do is jack it up with a center stand so you can take that pressure off the rear wheel. What I did is I lifted that bike up just so the rear wheel was just barely touching on the lift. From there, you know you got the pressure off of your shocks. When you start unbolting those shocks, you should be able to break them free, and then after a couple turns of the wrench, you can loosen them up by hand. If you feel that that bolt still has too much pressure, then raise and lower your lift accordingly. From here, you can take both bolts out of the shock and get the shock removed from the body. Don't forget to remove the air line from the stock shock. It's just simple. You push that little red cap in and pull the air tube out. Okay, next step is I'm going to get some blue Loctite, and I'm going to put blue Loctite on both of the bolts. Then I'm going to put the sleeve inside of the shock, and I'm going to get the spacer that looks like a washer, because this kit comes with a few spacers. I'm going to get the one that looks like a thick washer, and I'm going to put it on the back of the shock, and then put the bolt through and get the shock mounted. I will finger tight top bolt, and then I will move around to the other side, take off that shock, and then put in the top bolt on the other side as well. With both shocks bolted on the top, you can then raise or lower your lift accordingly to line up the hole for the bottom bolt of the shock. Don't forget to put your center sleeve in the hole before you put your bolt in.
It may take a little bit of adjustment on the lift to get those holes lined up. With it lined up, I can go ahead and finger tighten the bottom bolt. Then go back around to the other side and put the bottom bolt in on the other side, and then go ahead and torque down both top and bottom bolts on the left-hand side of the bike. And then I'll come back around to the right-hand side and torque down both bolts on that side. From there, you can go ahead and take your seat off and remove the air lines that fed both of the stock shocks. You can see here, this shock, when I was playing with it, looked like a watery fluid was coming out. So I rubbed it and smelled it, and yes, the shock was definitely leaking oil. There was a busted seal in there. From here, you can go ahead and set your tension on the shocks. They go from 1 to 4. There's a spanner wrench that comes with it, and there are little teeth, or little notches in the bottom of the shock there. I would suggest starting off on 3. My customer started off on 3. He was happy with the performance of it. Rode it home, about a 40-minute ride home. By the time he got home, he backed it down to the 2nd setting and then took it for a ride from there. And really, many of the YouTube videos tell you, oh, bounce on it, hop up and down on it, and see how far the travel is. I personally would rather do seat to butt ride. That's why I told him, set it on 3. I know that's stiff enough for your weight. Ride it home, see what you think. If you want to back it off some. Big D, I'm sorry, brother, but you left your sticker at my house, so guess where it's going? Going on the cabinet. Thank you for joining us today, Yogi Clan. I hope this shock video helps. Really easy to take off stock shocks and put on some aftermarket shocks. Progressives are a great brand. Thank you for joining. I'll catch you later. Peace.